Hi guys, in this video you can join us along on our journey from Johannesburg to Cape Town, South Africa, focusing on our cats that will be in cargo with us on the flight. They've never been on a plane, so I did want to record how to do it, what happens and how they react. This is all being recorded in January of 2021, so the COVID pandemic is currently quite serious in South Africa at this time, with level 3 restrictions and lockdown, as well as myself being 23 weeks pregnant. So the first thing to do is to get measurements of your pets. If you are wanting to rent crates from the pet lounge, you need to have a few centimeters taller than your cats, as well as a whole bunch of other requirements which you can find on their website. But we are trying to get our cat to sit so we could get his most accurate measurement. And we ended up with size 3 crates, if that helps. Anyway, that's the standard crate for the cat. The next thing you want to do is to take them to the vet at least a few days before, to get a health clearance, just to make sure your pets are fit to fly.
Jelly beans. Is it all done? All done, jelly beans? Ew. Scarlet. Hi.
Alright, so it's movie day for me. Kitties are not happy. We did give them something called Calm that the vet gave us, so hopefully that will calm them down a bit. But yeah, this is the first journey of traveling with cats to Cape Town from Johannesburg. So we're on the way. It's about 7 AM now. It was an early morning, and we've got them in the normal carriers now, but we'll be transporting them to the in-cargo carriers once we get there. So we're on our way to the mid-air cargo pet lounge. I don't know, I think we'll see. First time using them, so we'll see how it goes. It's hard to see, but this is the pet lounge, just a little building. We've got Scarlet. Hi baby girl. Daddy's gone inside to see that all is in order.
Ew. Hi.
Alright, so you will need with you your pet's vet cards with their up-to-date vaccinations, as well as your health check if needed. They didn't ask for ours, but just to make sure that your cats are cleared to fly is very important in case something happens and you can prove that it wasn't from your end. Another thing you will need as well is obviously your ID and your boarding pass if you are flying with the cats. Alright, and this is us transferring the cats to the crates that we rented from them. These are size 3, and they did allow us to put some familiar blankets and 1 or 2 of my shirts with them so that they have my smell, so they don't get as scared.
It's not recording.
Make sure you do witness them using cable ties to seal your cat's crates, because these will only be cut off at their final destination.
Did the paperwork. Made the payment.
Alright, so the cats are in. So it was quite a lengthy process. I assume we just go straight. So we're heading off to the terminals now for my flight. So luckily we were the first ones in there. There were 2 other customers that came in after us. Good thing we were first, because we took quite a while with paperwork. It was so sad letting them go. So I showed you the crates, size 3 crates, and you pay there. So we did the payments, did the paperwork, signed, all that jazz. She asked for my boarding pass because I was flying with, and yeah, that's done. So we'll hopefully see them in Cape Town. I'm actually hoping I also get to see them get put on the plane, so we'll see if I can catch that. If not, fly safe babies, we love you lots, and I think the Calm would have popped in by now, or soon hopefully, because they were not happy to be leaving. Shame. And I just want to add, I'm really glad they allowed us to put the blankets that they sleep with in there, as well as one of my shirts, because they always lay on my clothes. So that was a good thing. At least they'll have a bit of our scent and their scent with them. Okay, we've made it to the airport. Hopefully they'll let me take my pregnancy pill on board, because I've got my on board and then my check-in. So yeah, we'll see how long this health screening thing takes. Not sure if you can even hear me with this mask, but better safe than sorry. Alright, Kalula. Let's go. Alright, so I'm a little bit upset where my gate is situated. I'm not sitting by it now. I'm sitting by the windows looking out, because my gate's by the area that has no windows, and I really wanted to try and see if I could capture the cats going in the cargo when the plane arrived, because I'm here nice and early. I only board in like an hour. So could have spent a little bit more time with my hubby, but that's not gonna happen. So yeah, 23 weeks today, pregnant belly. Oh, fun. Apparently you only need a health check from your doctor to travel if you're over 28, so even though I probably look 28 weeks. But yeah, I'm super casual today. I got a nice loose fitting top with a belt, some leggings and some really comfy shoes. The shoes are bulky anyway, it wouldn't fit in my bag, so win-win. I did buy a bottle of water because I was super thirsty, and it's good to stay hydrated, but I am getting a bit of like cramps in my lower abdomen. I don't know if it's because my tummy hasn't worked in a while, or if it's stress, I don't know, but it's a bit uncomfortable, so hopefully that goes away or isn't too bad on the flight. I miss my cats already. I hope they're not too scared. So I guess we'll only see them in Cape Town. Really bummed about that, because I'm so used to boarding planes here with the big windows and where you can see the plane and the cargo going in, but I guess that's not going to happen. So they are supposed to be put into the cargo area in the front section of the plane. So it's like they do put some baggage there as well, but it's apparently a bit more regulated than the back cargo area. So I hope that's the case. I don't know, maybe it's plane dependent, but we'll see. Obviously it's a Bid Air pet lounge. So the only airlines we could fly with is Kame Kalula. I just need to double check that. So that's why we're flying with Kalula, because that's who the company works through. It's interesting, first flight being pregnant, first flight with my cats on board, first flight where I'm actually moving, because every time I've moved in the past it's been by road. I'm flying obviously a few days before my hubby with the cats, gonna settle in there, and then by my mom, we're gonna stay with my mom for a bit, and he's gonna sort out the moving of the furniture in a few days, and then he'll come through himself after that. So it's just me today. I did mention my pregnancy pillow. We use this like suction vacuum bag because of this thing is obviously so big. I checked into my flight very early yesterday, and I was like, okay, aisle seats, so it's easy for me to just get on and off. There were 2 people that decided to book right next to me, and everywhere else like around us pretty much except in front of us was open. And I was thinking to myself, they decided during COVID, that where we're supposed to do social distancing, to book a seat right next to me. So I was quite annoyed by that, because I was nervous as it is to fly during this pandemic, and the row we were in didn't have a window. It was really weird. I offered to them I was going to move to more emptier space, and they asked if they could move because the lady wanted a window. So I stayed where I was, in the aisle. I had already sanitized my seat. During COVID, obviously, I was not taking any chances. I was like, if I have to move, so I have to do that again somewhere else. So I was like, nah. So I stayed. During COVID, I don't know if it's all airlines, but the cheap airlines that don't give you a meal, they didn't actually do in-flight service at all, like with the trolley, due to the current restriction level. So make sure you bring a snack and some water, or buy some water after security. So you have that with you. Another thing they did as part of the whole COVID social distancing is when we landed, we had to stay seated. It was actually enforced now, you have to stay seated. And then they kind of let you go out row by row from the front and back. And I was more or less in the middle, so I guess it was the last one off the plane. Not by choice, just because I had to wait. I was the last one to fetch my bag as well. As I got to baggage claim, I saw my bag, you know, leave the carousel. I was like, come back. Oh, and I had to wait for it to come around again, which was fun. But anyways, bag was wrapped and it wasn't tampered with, so that's good.
Baby.
He is not happy.
Running out the door.
She's fine. He's scared. Shame.
Hey, it's okay.
It's like some people are just dog people. You're not gonna put that in there.
I don't know if there'll be space, so I'll just carry it. It's fine.
Hey, Scarlett. Scarlett. Hi. Hi.
Oh, shame. It's okay, big fans. So kitties are in. We gave them some treats. There's their treats, but I don't think they're gonna eat.
Hi.
Alright, let's go. Here's mommy.
Hello.
Alright, so kitties are out. I've got a litter box, temporary litter box for now until we get a proper one. Some water, some treats, and a jelly bean. You're just exploring, hey? You were so calm in the car. Scarlett, I think, is under the bed. You'll stay in this room for a day or two, and then we can let you in the rest of the house. Okay. There's Scarlett. Hi, baby. Hi. Alright, hey guys, so the cats are nicely settled in. Hey, jelly beans. Hi. And then Scarlett's over there. We just put some mesh on the window so we could open the windows, because otherwise we don't want the cats jumping out. Shame. The cats, I'm sure it was a very scary experience for them, but they made it in one piece. And when I went to collect them at the pet place, and I saw Jelly's eyes through the holes, his pupils were so big, and you could see how scared he was. And as soon as he saw me, either saw me or heard my voice, I did at the same time, he immediately, you could see his eyes like return to normal. So that, obviously, that sigh of relief that you could hear something familiar. When that plane was landing, it was waving so much back and forth. I don't know if there was some sort of crosswind, but it was moving, and obviously when the plane lands and it breaks, it is loud, and I can just imagine what it's like down there. So my heart goes out to them, but they survived.
You survived it, Scarlett? Yeah, hi.
We had to put them in the same carrier back home because my mom didn't have two cat carriers. She only had one for a dog, but luckily the cats were still kind of sleepy from the herbal calming meds that we gave them. That seemed to do the trick. I'm glad it did help some way. So the whole ride home, it was quite far, Jellybean did not meow once, and he usually always meows the whole trip. Anytime in the car, he is a meower. He does not like cars, and they were both in the same crate, and they don't usually get along all the time, so maybe it's because they were still sleepy, but they were perfect. All in all, it was, apart from the flight changes, it was a good experience. So obviously due to COVID, my original flight that was supposed to be at 11:40 got cancelled, and my flight got moved up to 9:40. So that made it a lot earlier. I had to drop the cats off there 2 hours before, which made it 7:30. When I got my boarding pass for my flight, it's like, please arrive 2 hours prior to your flight to make time for the health screening process and all that jazz. And I was like, the airport was so empty, and I was stressing because the pet place took quite long with the paperwork. We only left there at about 10 to 8, and I was like, okay, hopefully I can get through the health thing. And all it was at the entrance to from the parking into the airport was walk towards a hand sanitizer station, put hand sanitizer, and then they have an infrared camera and they just watch you, and you literally don't even have to stop. I assume if there's more people you have to line up, but 2 seconds, done. And I was like, okay, I just realized I might have been recording portrait this whole time, and for YouTube, landscape is the way to go. So I was actually recording a portrait. That was dumb. I'm sorry. Baby brain. I mean, come on, it's obvious. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions regarding flying while pregnant or flying with cats and cargo, anything that you guys saw today in the video, please post them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them. I might not have gotten to it all in the video. I mean, I tend to forget things a lot lately, so yeah, I'll answer them for you there.